She would take in the situation and not accost me. Moreover, we would have a box. When they entered the hall, it was crowded. With difficulty, they made their way to the seats. Madame de Marelle did not look at the stage. She was interested in watching the women who were promenading, and she felt an irresistible desire to touch them, to see of what those beings were made. Suddenly she said, "There is a large brunette who stares at us all the time. I think every minute she will speak to us. Have you seen her?" He replied, "No, you are mistaken." He told an untruth, for he had noticed the woman who was no other than Rachel, with anger in her eyes and violent words upon her lips. Duroy had passed her when he and Madame de Marelle entered, and she had said to him, "Good evening," in a low voice, and with a wink which said, "I understand." But he had not replied. For fear of being seen by his sweetheart, he passed her coldly, disdainfully. The woman, her jealousy aroused, followed the couple and said in a louder key, "Good evening, Georges." He paid no heed to her. Then she was determined to be recognized, and she remained near their box, awaiting a favorable moment. When she saw that she was observed by Madame de Marelle, she touched Duroy's shoulder with the tip of her finger and said, "Good evening, how are you?" But Georges did not turn his head. She continued, "Have you grown deaf since Thursday?" Still he did not reply. She laughed angrily and cried, "Are you dumb too? Perhaps Madame has your tongue." With a furious glance, Duroy then exclaimed, "How dare you accost me? Go along or I will have you arrested." With flaming eyes, she cried, "Ah, is that so? Because you are with another is no reason that you cannot recognize me. If you had made the least sign of recognition when you passed me, I would not have molested you. You did not even say good evening to me when you met me." During that tirade, Madame de Marelle, in a fright, opened the door of the box and fled through the crowd, seeking an exit. Duroy rushed after her. Rachel, seeing him disappear, cried, "Stop her! She has stolen my lover!" Two men seized the fugitive by the shoulder, but Duroy, who had caught up with her, bade them desist, and together he and Clotilde reached the street. They entered a cab. The cabman asked, "Where shall I drive to?" Duroy replied, "Where you will." Clotilde sobbed hysterically. Duroy did not know what to say or do. At length he stammered, "Listen, Clo, my dearest Clo, let me explain. It is not my fault. I knew that woman long ago." She raised her head, and with the fury of a betrayed woman, she cried disconnectedly, "Ah, you miserable fellow! What a rascal you are! Is it possible? What disgrace! Oh my God, you gave her my money, did you not? I gave him the money, but that woman! Oh, the wretch!" For several moments she seemed to be vainly seeking an epithet more forcible. Suddenly leaning forward, she grasped the cabman's sleeve. "Stop!" she cried, and opening the door, she alighted. Georges was about to follow her, but she commanded: "I forbid you to follow me," in a voice so loud that the passers-by crowded around her, and Duroy dared not stir for fear of a scandal. She drew out her purse, and taking 2 francs 50 from it, she handed it to the cabman, saying aloud: "Here is the money for your hour. Take that rascal to Rue Boursault at Batignolles." The crowd applauded. One man said, "Bravo, little one," and the cab moved on, followed by the jeers of the bystanders. End of chapter 5, part 3. Recording by Martin Geeson in Hazelmere, Surrey.